Hi, welcome to part 2 of modeling Lumia 920. Let's start. Next thing we are going to do is make some holes. And we are going to start from the bottom of the phone. So, let's make these little holes here. If I remember, it's 0.3 millimeters. I think that's good measurement for it. So let's do it like, let's copy this one to the top. Let's make some reference lines. So, okay, we don't need to, but let's mirror this from the midpoint. The bottom, and let's select these ones. Oh, and at this point we could, let's make a layer for holes. If you want, you can make you can make a layer for every hole, like the recharger slot and for those torques. But I do only one layer. So let's select some nice color. Maybe let's take magenta and select those and change layer to holes. Yep. Then select those holes and take rectangular array, and I have tested this before, so it's 7 to X direction, 1 to U direction, and 1 to G direction. And the first reference point will be here. So take this, put smart track on and select the center, and it's not so, if you want to make it as accurate as possible, you can do it, but I only do this by my eye. So I think it's somewhere there. And okay, let's do it again. We have to, first point needs to be here, and the second point is here. Yeah. So there you go. We need to and press enter if you like the result. If you want to make it more accurate, you can do it, but I'm pleased with this. So I press enter, select this one, mirror, select center point, press shift and go top. There you have it. If you it would be ideal to select the objects and press Ctrl plus G. So let's group them. So now we can select each one with one selection. And then you can mirror it from the midpoint of the whole model's from the phone's solid model, and then you go to the, then you get the curves to the other side also. So then we are going to make this one, and then if we don't like the position of these holes regarding to this, we can change them. So let's not make any holes to the model yet. Let's select what is it called, rounded rectangle, and just using my eye to get a result I like. You can also make this more accurate if you want, but I will only do it like this. Maybe something like that. Ah, but we are at wrong layer, sorry. So let's select the holes layer. You can also lock the layer where the body is, so you don't move it. So let's move this from the midpoint of rectangular into the midpoint of the body. So I don't know, I'm not sure if I like the gap between the circles and the rectangular. But okay, I let it be like that. Then we could maybe I will push them a little bit far away. So not much, but 2 millimeters. So we have some distance. Let's select from the end. Now we have the middle, the midpoint of the circles at the midpoint of the rectangular, so it looks more professional maybe. So we can delete those and make a new mirror from the midpoint and press shift and then left mouse. There you go. Okay. So I was thinking that we don't need to mirror those, so let's delete those and let's extrude both of these for 5 millimeters. Then we can select the group and hide it, and same here, select the curve and hide it, and then we can select these ones and group the pipes, or at this point they are pipes, so Ctrl G. So we have now a group, and we can mirror them from the midpoint. Or end point at this time it was end point. So next we select these and pull them a little bit, just a little bit, so we can use the split command. So pipe split, open the lock of the body, so we can select the body which we are going to split, then select both pipes. Now it takes some time. There we have it. So now we have little surfaces at the end of the pipe. So let's hide that one and let's do another split. So split and select the so split, and select the pipes and press enter, and the cutting object will be the phone's body now. This way we will get the we will get the bodies from the pipes, so we don't have to do them again. So just we can hide this layer now and select this. Select these round shapes which we just splitted from the body and delete those. Whoops. Control Z is the command if you accidentally do something you don't want to do. You should always learn the shortcuts which are used, as I think almost every computer software has the same basic cutting and pasta shortcut commands. So then put back on the holes, and maybe you can take the phone's body and hide it. Wait a minute. So you have to ungroup the pipes now. That's the reason I cannot select the end of those. So the command is Ctrl-Shift-G, and now you can select the end of the pipe. So maybe we go. Can we? Yeah, go to the top view and press Shift and then press Ctrl to unselect the bodies and just press delete. So now we have these nice pipes here. So if we put the body back on, we can now select his objects. At this point I advise you to make a garage, or call it whatever you want to call it, like storage and or something. So select the body, press Ctrl to copy and Ctrl V to paste it, and change it to storage, and select the body layer and hide the storage layer. So now you have okay, it would be best to have the solid body, not the body with the holes, but you can do it by opening the previous Rhino file. So let's change this layer name to body. I didn't remember to do that before. And let's select these, select objects, deselect the chargers slot, and let's join these holes. Sorry. Select the body and the pipes and then press join. So we have now the body and the pipes as one solid piece. And let's change the body back to body layer. So now we can continue to make this charger's hole. So select the no, don't select, right split. Select the body, select the piece, repeat the command by pressing mouse right button, select the piece, select the body, delete those unnecessary surfaces. So now we have the slot for the recharger. So if you want to use different kind of surface inside of the recharger slot, we need to make here another surface, because I think the phone always has black surface inside here. It's just because of the manufacturing process, I think. So I think I'm going to join this piece with the body and before that I will use offset curve, like duplicate edge, and make another surface for the inside of this So let's continue. So let's take curve, duplicate edge, select this edge. Now we have we are at the wrong layer, so select the curve and put it there, and we can hide the body so it doesn't interfere us or mess with us. So let's make surface from the curve, and top view you can don't go all the way to the end, but pretty close, something like that. If you want to make it more accurate, just do it. I don't want to. So now we offset the surface, let's say 0.1, and then we are going to hide this one, and now we have the two new surfaces we made. So let's use loft command and select the edges of the surfaces. Do not simplify. Looks fine to me. Press OK. I'm not sure if the patch command will do this, but let's try. This part will not show at the final model, but let's make the end for the end for the slot, charger slot. So let's try if we can get solid. Yeah. So there we have it. Might not be the best example how to make that kind of piece, but it works fine for this. So let's now press right mouse button and unhide the surface. Which was the original. So I think it is this because it has different curves in it. Yeah. So select the outer surface, not the solid piece we just made, and unhide the body, and select the body and press join. So now we have this slot with its own surfaces, so we can apply black material later if we are going to make render pictures. I think at the end I will put a fillet. We have the body again, the wrong layer. A fillet in here. You can hide these curves. fillet in this edge. I think 0.1 will be fine, just to make it more realistic. So when the fillet will come, you have to move this a little bit inside. Maybe we use scale 1D and scale it a little bit from the back to this direction. The fillet will be something like this, not that bigger, but yeah. You can hide, don't hide those holes or curves, move them to the storage unit layer. Now we have the charger slot and the little holes for, I think, microphone. Then there's these two screws. I think I have modeled this earlier with Torx end, so I'm not sure will I do it at this tutorial or not, but when I rendered the phone, I saw that those little details don't even show up, so it's almost same what kind of end you will model to the screw. And I'm not sure if Nokia is using Torx. I just model it with the Torx, so maybe we use some more simplified model. So I think we are going to do those screws. So let's make let's go to this layer and let's make circle 1.3. It's all, I think it's close enough. You can make it different if you want. So we have now the circle. Let's make ball. There we have a ball now. Then I have, earlier I have made this Torx line at Illustrator. It's not perfect, but I think it's close enough. So we are going to use this one. If you don't want to make the Torx screw, you don't have to, of course. So you can go ahead and make some other shape like Philips. So let's scale it. A little bit more. Is it too small? That's good. Place it into the middle, of course. Then we are going to use project command. You can also write project. Select the curve, press enter. Select the curve and the surface. Let's do it this way. So project, select the curve, press enter, select the surface. Yeah, that's how you do it. Sorry. You have to be in the back or front view. It has to be the same view which direction you are going. So again, project, select the curve and then select the ball, and there you have it. You can delete the torques curve, and as earlier happened, the curve is not united, so you cannot join them together. So let's go into the back or front view, put control points on and join them together. If you want to make it more perfect, you can make it. And then there is the top line. And then select the curves and press join. Now we have solid curve or closed curve. Now just make surface, direction, press shift and go into north. Move it a little bit. Let's make this shaded. Then use split command. Select the ball, select the new surface you made. Do it again to the surface you made. Select the ball. Then delete these unnecessary pieces. Then you can use surface plane, cutting plane, select the ball, select middle, press shift, press mouse left, press enter again, use split command, select the ball, select the plane, delete the end, use split command again, select the surface, select the plane, delete. You can, if there comes some point you will need that curve, move it to the storage, then use split command and select the plane, select the surface, press enter, delete. Use a split command again, split this front plane we have, delete this piece and control. So let's copy this end piece and paste it into the place and move it maybe use move command if we can find some nice snap. That wasn't very nice snap. I just move it into the front. It's good enough for me, because as you can see, the curve isn't accurate because I just made it very quickly at the Illustrator. So let's try if we can join all these together. And we didn't, so it doesn't matter. This is only a piece. Maybe could have made it better at the split part, but this is only a aesthetic part at the model, so let's just choose everything like this and press Ctrl G. So now we have a group, and you can apply a black material into it. So let's name this Torques. So let's continue. We have the Torques now. Might not be the best looking Torques in the world, but it's good enough. So now we are going to do a hole or a slot for the Torques. Okay. It was 1.3. So yeah, 1.3. Put it in place. Might want to look this edge, that it's or maybe we could put it also in the middle of the so press shift and move it back again somewhere. Oops. Okay, it's good at that point. Let's take it out a little bit. Solid, extrude, straight. Let's put the 5mm again. Not that much. Maybe 3. Let's put 3mm. Move it close to the edge. And then select the piece and mirror it from the let's say endpoint, then mirror it to the other side like that. Then use split command again, select the body of the phone, then select the pieces you made. Then again split, select the pieces, press enter, select the phone body, come closer and delete the unnecessary surfaces, use join. Now it transfers the body to the other layer. So do the same operation to the other side, and then transfer the body again to the right layer. Select the torques. Where is it? There. Let's change this view to the back. Front. So we are at the same side. So just using the snaps, move it into the place where it belongs, and again mirror, select some nice point where to mirror from, and press shift and left mouse. There we have it. Let's put this with bigger font, and then we have every hole and detail at the end. We can now move to the front view of the phone, top view. So top view, here are some little holes, the slot for the SIM card and headphone jack place. So let's move this view again to the back, and let's start. We can move back to the holes layer, and I don't remember the size of this. We could look it up from internet, but I don't care. So if you want to look the right measurement of headphone jack, you can do it. It says 2.2 at the bottom, so 2.2. And now we have to find the curve somewhere. Sorry. Oh, it's just behind the layer. So just move it, put this, hide the top view reference picture so you can find the curve and move it back to the, sorry, and it's at the wrong end. So now we have it at the right, in the right place. So yeah, let's just use the extrusion, solid, extrude, straight, and let's put, I think now we will use the 5 because it has to have some depth in it because the jack is pretty long. you want to make the, we could move this in the middle of the phone like that and hide the curve, or move it to the garage, storage, sorry. So okay, now it's in the middle of the body. Then move it slightly over the edge. Like that. And then, so if you want to make deeper hole, you can make it, but I don't think it's going to, if you render the picture from this point, it doesn't even show. So I'm happy with the depth now. So let's use the split command again. Select the body, select the piece you made, and repeat. Select the piece, select the body, delete, hide the top reference picture, select the whole. Sorry. Let me see the reference pictures. So we have to make a inside for this again. So let's just do it like before. Select the edge and duplicate it. So take the curve, offset curve, let's put 0.2 and select the inner curve and make a surface into the end. Repeat to the other curve, then use loft, select the surface edge. Sorry, let's do it so. Yeah, let's, so select the loft, take the surface edge and this surface edge and press enter. Okay, select the surface, select the surface, select the surface you just made and press join. And let's make an end to it. So now we should have, yes, we have a solid piece inside of the slot. So now we can choose the outer surface or the poly surface and the body of the phone and join them together. And let's move them back to the right layer. You can move this move those curves to the storage. We might want to use scale 1D to scale this little bit inside, because it was at the same level as the phone's body at the end of the slot, so there could be some texture overlapping. And we could use the 1D to make this a little bit inside. Let's try 0.2. Let's try the fillet, so solid fillet edge. Sorry. Let's test how far the fillet edge will go if we put it here. Yeah. Let's try 0.1. Yeah, it's better. Let's press Shift and move it into the edge where the fillet starts, so it looks more realistic. There we have the headphones jack. So then we have these tiny little holes. We are getting some weird snaps. So I think I'm going to do a curve into the middle, or circle, and then so let's make these little holes here. Select circle, make a, I will do it with this way, so I make a middle circle because I can see those holes are arranged around in a round shape over, So I make a middle circle, then I maybe .25, something like that maybe. And again we are at the wrong end. Yeah. Let's move the little circle. Sorry. So getting some weird snaps here. Move it into the so they are touching each other, and then we are going to use polar array, and it asks for the center point. Put the center snap on and select the middle of the big circle, put 5 and angle to fill our first reference point. We want to make full circle, so put in 360. And there we have it. I think that's pretty good. So let's select these curves and again extrude the planar. Let's say 3 millimeters. You can again group these by pressing Ctrl G. Again move it a little bit off from the surface and again split, select the body, select the group, there you go, repeat, now again select the, split, select the group, press enter, select the form body. You can select these curves and move them to the storage. Then you can you have to ungroup the pipes or holes. So Ctrl Shift G, then press off, and you can now delete the end of the pipes and the other unnecessary surfaces. And then select them all and press join. Again, I should check this. Maybe it's the layer, how the layers are organized, listed here, so that's why it always changes the body to the layer which has made the, where is the join made. So now we have the little holes and the jack for the jack, headphone jack mount, and now we need to make this hatch, or what is it called, for the SIM card. So let's just make rectangle with rounded edges, and maybe somewhere there. You can take the snaps off so you don't accidentally snap somewhere. Maybe somewhere there, and almost, I think I will put the roundness into the end, so I will use the maximum of the roundness, and again it made it somewhere. It doesn't belong, so let's move it here, and let's extrude it right away. I think I'm going to just make it maybe only 2 millimeters, and move it right into the front of the phone body. And again, you can hide this or move it into the storage. And again, split, select body, select the piece you just made, and then okay, let's split it with the body, and now we don't want to delete this piece. Okay, no, okay, we have another piece here, but let's delete that, and let's join this end of the piece we use it to split, and let's join this to the body, and we have the hatch very easily, and let's extrude surface. Let's put it 0.5 millimeter, 0.5. That's good enough. And move it into the end. Wait a minute. So do we have a solid piece now? Yes. Or not? Yes, we do. So this is unnecessary piece. So let's move it again. There we have it. Then we need the little hole where you stick the opening. I don't know what it's called, but tool which makes easier to open this hatch. So let's make the hole for it. Again, it's somewhere where it should not be. So extrude the circle, and we can now use solid difference because we don't need the piece. Sorry. So we can use solid difference and select the hatch door, and if you want to make it easier, you can press yes to delete the input. Then select the little piece we made. And there we have it. A door with hatch door with the hole. Some cleaning. And it's ready. Then we need the volume and camera buttons, and I think they are at the wrong side in this picture. Let's see. Yeah, they are at Nokia, they are at right side. So doesn't matter because the picture is let me think about it. Do we have to move it into the, let's just move it into the other side. So move. Or let me think about it. Yeah, we don't need to move those. So let's make let's make this buttons. Let's make this our buttons layer. It could be let's make it red. Then move into the side view. Again, let's use this rounded rectangle. If you have the phone, you also can measure these buttons, but I don't have it. So somewhere there. And again, I will use the maximum of the roundness. So now we want to be sure that we are at the right side. So move the curve into the other side. And repeat the command. take some help from the other button we made, the curve. Maybe somewhere there at the maximum. Then we are going to copy this. Oh, they are at the right place. So, when I first made this model, I put these buttons into the middle of the body. I think I'm going to do it again. So they are almost at the middle. So let's use snap commands and move these curves there. Now they should be at the middle of the edge of the phone. So next point is to use project to surface. You have to be in at the right or left view, and then the Rhino asks for the surface. Select the body, press enter. Now you can hide those. You can also hide the side view. We don't need Let's continue with the buttons. So we have these curves here. And we can delete these. From the left side we can delete the curves, because we don't need those. We can also delete this middle curve. So we can now extrude these buttons. So take solid, extrude a planar curve and straight. Change direction at the top view. Press shift and drag the mouse to right. And I think 2 millimeters would be fine. You can hide the phone body now, and let's try if we can make a surface between those. So let's use surface and patch command. Select the curve, press preview. looks fine. Let's test if we can join these together. No, it didn't work. Okay, let's do it like this. Use the patch command. Maybe not so many points. Okay, then delete the end of it and use solid extrude surface straight. Change the direction to other way, and there you have it, a solid button. Let's try if we can use the patch command into this other one, or do we need to do it also if the other, like the other one? Yeah. Let's just use the extrude to change the direction. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice curvy. I think the buttons are curved because the body is. I'm not sure, but if they are not curved, you can make it just by extruding the curve we made at the start. You don't have to use the project command. But I'm not sure, so if you have the phone with you, look it up. And use the patch command again. And extrude. Change the direction. Wait a minute. Some weird. I don't know why the surface was there. But there you have it. Now we have the buttons. I didn't remember to move these buttons into there. There's again this weird surface. So delete those extra surfaces. So I will be moving those buttons later in the next part. So yes, remember to comment and rate the video. Thanks, bye.